Right you don't feel right. You want such a feel. I'm feeling ready. And they know how to rock the show. I'm in this day. Every Wednesday, Pandy go. I need somebody. And it's not say the Pandy go every Wednesday evening. Pandy show. Sunday now say the Pandy go every Wednesday evening. Pandy show. You can win a lot of fabulous prize if you tune into Pandy Show. Cause time in the of the Pandy go every Wednesday evening. Pandy show. All you have to do is answer correct answer. Hey, and Pandy, we tell you over in this answer. Hey, I said mix up, mix up, mix up, mix up. Pandy Show. Sunday now say the Pandy go every Wednesday evening. Pandy show. Hey, wheel.
Up at the street, you know, because sometimes some people, some kids know they're funny. Kids funny, I can't understand that at all. Although we parents and so we try our best. We try to get them what they want. Not like for we time when we can't say what we want. We make give away what we want. I mean what they want, not what we want. What they want, and give we. Alright? So this is the way now, right? That I go up on the street and I ask all the matters and so. Right, that why some kids, some children shame on their parents? Why they shame on their parents? And this is the way the people that step on the street. Check it out.
I personally believe that sometimes the relationship between parents and children start at birth, and if some parents reject their children or not show them any kind of love, that is hence the reason why children grow up and are ashamed of their parents. One reason. Next one could be maybe that some parents are trying to understand their children. Sometimes they abuse them. You know, they have different reasons why.
Well, I think, bring them up the right kind of way. They neglect their children, they're not trained, then come up our street right so. And then worse than time now where they take out and child abuse and you can't beat children, then could come outside and do more falsehood. Then when time the evil part don't happen now, the parents then shame.
I don't have children for one, but I was a child and I know how it feels to be, what I remember about those things. I would say if they're ashamed of their parents, it's because the parents are doing drugs and drinking too much alcohol, and they're not paying attention to them, and they're not playing with them and trying to communicate better with them. So that would be my answer.
They are brought up without a parents, a different story, but I think that every child is part of their parents, except with the exceptions of parents that abandon their children. And these things happen worldwide, not only Belize. I don't think we have a bad situation here about children not appreciating their parents or don't like their parents. I don't think that's the situation here. Maybe a few of them that the parents abandon them and go around to the States and don't come back. Then yeah, they don't grow without a father,
Well, I think it's because the way the mother behaves on the streets, the way they behave at home, the things that they do in their lives. Sometimes moms goes out there and make a ridiculous of themselves on parties, on bars and things like that. And sometimes they want to blame that it's because of their husbands and things like that. But I mean, come on, if you know you don't have a husband, you can make a future in your life. You can go out there, find a job, show your children that you can work for them, and that you can send them to school and give them a good education and show them that you're a respectable mother and that you can do something in your life. You don't have to go out there and make a ridiculous of yourself out there. Because I had a mom that my dad abandoned so much years, but she worked hard together with us and show us that she's a very good mom.
Some children are ashamed of their mothers because they're uncomfortable with themselves.
I think that most kids are influenced by other kids, so unless your mother makes herself known to be very respectable and teaches you what's right and what's wrong, they're influenced by others and only what they see. So if they think that, their mother's different than someone else's mother, it just might not be acceptable, But in reality, we all have to see our mothers for who they are and try to find the best out of everyone we know and love.
I think your mother is a beautiful person who brought you into this world and is just that. You cannot be ashamed of another human. You are in your own right, your own person, and your mother can do whatever she wants to do. She raises you a certain way, and then it's your job to evolve yourself too. And some of us are fortunate to have good mothers, but we all have to learn to be self-sufficient and continue on with our journey no matter what.
I think some kids are ashamed of their mother because of the way their mother looks, the way they live, and where they came from. And I personally think that children should not be ashamed of their parents because at the end of the day, their parents went through hell to bring them to this earth, to give them everything that they need and wanted and provide the best way that they could.
¿Por qué? Porque tienen mala enseñanza. Porque sus mamás no les ha enseñado a valorar lo que ellas son y lo que es la comunidad, la gente con quien hablar. Por eso tienen vergüenza. Si son niños ya grandes, quizás porque vieron algo de su mamá que no les gustó. Hay que hablar con ellos para poder saber por qué tienen esa vergüenza. Los niños necesitan mucha, pero mucha comunicación. Y eso es lo que yo pienso que por eso tienen vergüenza. No están bien educados, ni bien atendidos. Porque el niño que se siente querido y bien atendido, adora a su madre. Ahí tienes mi nieta.
Some of the reasons why a child might not want to admit that a woman is his or her mother, well, probably some action they have seen that woman does that they feel embarrassed about. That could be things that happen in the household. Maybe moms is always screaming at them or always telling them you can't do this, you can't do that, or you can't go here. Or maybe they think they have too much chores to do at home, or they feel like they're being overworked, or maybe they ask for things and those things are not always given to them. And these might want them to not admit to other people that this is my mom because maybe they think their mother is mean or selfish. Don't look fashionable enough. While they're walking on the street, maybe they figure their moms are not up to date, you know, with what they think other children or the way they see other kids' mothers dress or behave publicly. Yeah.
I think some children are afraid of their mom because probably they didn't train them up in the right way, you know, and they don't have like confidence in crowd, you know, because they're not acting like a normal person, you know. Sometimes they just act weird, like lunatic, you know, and that's the cause of parents because parents didn't do a good job on their kids, and they do anything, and sometimes the parents they indulge the children to go on in their old way, you know, and can't do better.
Bueno, yo pienso que tal vez los niños no son instruidos desde que son niños, entonces, como la Biblia dice, instruir al niño en su camino y cuando llegara viejo no se apartara de él. Yo pienso que tal vez ellos tienen vergüenza a sus padres porque ellos no los instruyen de la mejor manera y cuando llegan a grandes, tal vez los padres no tienen una educación verdadera. Eso es lo que yo pienso.
Because the women are more stricter than the men, and the men kind of let them do what they want, but the woman makes all the rules in the house.
I don't know if you understand the question. They have some kids where they're ashamed for saying that my ma. Why?
Well, that's an embarrassment to the kid. I have no idea why they would ever say that.
No reason maybe why they were ashamed.
No, not in public anyway. No idea.
Bob, come on, Bob, say it.
I have got no idea, serious.
Come on, Bob. You have no idea maybe why.
Well, if it's a woman that drinks in the bars all the time, then I can understand. You're a woman that takes drugs or somebody who begs money on the street, then I can understand, but that's a very small minority of people. You know?
I would say, you know, sometimes parents make mistakes, and people notice those mistakes, and then they look at their kids differently. So sometimes kids may feel, you know, man, I don't want to be seen with her because she did this and that, and I'm going to be embarrassed. You know, other people are going to make fun of me. They're going to think I'm like her. So I think that could possibly be a lot of it. And sometimes kids look at other people's parents and they kind of say, hey, why my parent don't act like that parent? Why my parent look like that? And they start to get this confusion wondering, you know, how your parents are supposed to look than what's really inside, you know. So I think that may be a big issue, you know.
Yeah, I think some kids are just not respectful of their elders or their parents, and they just think, well, it's just my mom. It doesn't matter that I don't respect her. I don't say, you know, she's my mom. You should be proud of your mom. You should be proud of your family. So I think a lot of it is just a respect kind of thing.
I was thinking that, you know, children, while they're growing up, they have problems with their parents. They hate their parents. They don't want to be by their parents. It's just natural rebellion. There are problems. I'd agree with what Aaron was saying. They get embarrassed, but I think a lot of it is just normal rebellion. You don't want to be like your parents because they're always telling you what to do. You want to branch out and be yourself. So maybe that's what it is.
Well, I know because sometimes they treat the children like we're supposed to treat them. Children like a man has to treat the children with love. And not because you love them, you just spoil them. No? Because you love someone, you love what you think you do good. And you tell the people it's not good to spoil give the children too much love. They could be the parents they drink too much and they left them alone. They left them and go dance and left the beginning, but it's very dangerous.
Well, my granddaughter's ashamed of me because I drive an old car. And she doesn't want to be seen in it. She says she prefers to walk. American children are usually spoiled and pampered, and they're used to having the finer things in life. And so, you know, I speak my mind, and she says sometimes I embarrass her by what I say because I'm an old school person, that meaning that I believe in old principles and morals, and when I see things that I think are incorrect, I will comment on them.
I think it's mostly teenagers, and I don't think they are ashamed. I think they are embarrassed of their parents because their parents maybe dress a little bit older, or perhaps they have different views, and it's mostly the teenagers that I see starting around age 14. And they are embarrassed of their mother. And I also drove a very old car when my daughter was 14, and she wanted me to drive and park at the block, about 2 blocks down, and she would walk down and meet me because she didn't want her friends to see my old car. So they're not really, they're not ashamed, they're just embarrassed of us at that age, from about age 14 to 19, and then they like us again.
My best part what I like, you know, I mean, you know that you know, Spanish people that say hijo or hija. You know what I mean? But the man of Texas say it different. When they say hija, they mean only girl. But when a Texan say hija, they mean that a cowboy. Yeah. And here what how the Mexican, no Mexican, the Texans say it.
Hey, this is from Texas.
Boy, that was cool. So with that, let's say bye.
Right along me, right, you want such a feeling. I'm feeling ready, and the low of the rock is strong. I'm in this place, every Wednesday, Pandy go. I meet somebody, and it's now say the Pandy go every Wednesday evening, Pandy show. Sunday now say the Pandy go every Wednesday evening, Pandy show. You can win another fabulous prize if you tune into Pandy Show, cause time million in the Pandy go every Wednesday in this Pandy Show. All you have to do is answer correct answer. Hey, and Pandy